What is up, my fragalicious people? It's DB. I'm here. I got a real good frag for you today. And then I'm going to try to explain something to one of my subscribers, just to give him a little help. I think he doesn't understand something, so I want to help him understand. So stay right there. This DB. Now I'm about to take you behind the nonsense. So there is something I wore today, or should I say last night, excuse me, and I am absolutely amazed. Listen, amazed, okay? It is Orange Sunshine by Ikiryo. Let me tell you something about this, okay? Wow. I smelled something like it before, and I'm not going to put my finger on it. I'm not going to try to figure it out because I'm having a hard time figuring it out. But I got almost 3 hours of projection, so we'll just call it 3 hours. And I got 12 hours longevity on my skin. Now, you guys that watch this channel know nothing lasts very long on my skin. Nothing has lasted beyond 8 hours on my skin. This lasted a full 12 hours on my skin. Beautiful fragrance. So right off the dot, when you spray it, you get a blast of incense, sandalwood, amber, and a couple other little things. You taste like a hint of orange in it just to begin with. Just a hint. Okay? But there's also beeswax in there. It almost wants to go Killian Black Phantom, but that beeswax keeps it in check. Gives it that sweet. So it draws it back a different way from Black Phantom. It's almost got the same vibe to it, but it's not a clone at all. Just got a familiar vibe with just how dark it is. But that beeswax just takes it just to that sweetness, keeps it from going that route. And that beeswax, I mean, you call it what you want. It's probably, in my opinion, honey. They're just not trying to call it a great amount of honey. But it blends in there so freaking well. So you offer that blast. I mean, it's still on my shirt. I just catch myself smelling myself. The amber in there is so nice. It reminds me of the amber from Happy Time Amberland. How just dark, rich amber it is. This is where I feel like the beeswax takes away from how good that amber is. It just makes it too sweet. And the incense in it is so nice and dark, but the beeswax takes away from the darkness of the fragrance. It doesn't make it bad. It just takes it from going that dark route, keeps it right there in that middle. So I could go with Orange Sunshine, but I would have went with like Orange Sunset. That probably would have been really nice. So anyway, I was absolutely amazed with it, man. It has turned into probably one of my favorite fragrances right now. This is no lie. So, but towards the middle, when the middle notes start kicking in, right after the 2-3 hour projection, then the orange kind of gets a little more bold. Okay? And then a lot of the flowers that are in there, I'll put the notes down here. But all the flowers that are in it tend to gravitate. It still stays that dark, but it just seems like the orange and the flowers kind of intertwine in there and take away from it again from being so dark. The dry down is just pure heaven. I mean, the dry down is it's a sweet amber incense. That's exactly what it smells like. The orange pretty much goes away. I don't understand why they called it Orange Sunshine, but I don't make the fragrance. I don't get to name it. But anyway, it's such a good fragrance, y'all. And how it lasted 12 hours on my skin was extremely impressive. Because I did a video. Somebody wanted me to do a video showing what fragrances stuck to my skin the longest. I hadn't even tried that yet, or I'd have been number one, no doubt. So, I get it. It's full bottle worthy. So, I'm definitely going to try to find it. It's got to be in my collection. I got to have something that good. So, this is for a YouTube subscriber that I have. He's a good buddy of mine. I want to explain something. Last night, the Deontay Wilder and the Tyson Fury fight. Now, all y'all know that Tyson Fury has been hanging out in the MMA crowd and learning his craft in the MMA world. He's been, I forget the name of the UFC fighter he's been hanging out with, but he was with him in his camp for 7 weeks. So, I don't know much about the boxing world, but I do know about the MMA world. I trained in MMA for about a year or so. So I wasn't no star. I wasn't in no UFC. I wasn't even on breaking edge of any of that stuff. I practiced it. We sparred and all that good happy stuff. Anyway, the thing was, he said there was a lot of headshots, hitting in the back of the head. Now, in MMA, you are taught to hit in the ear. Have you ever noticed why a lot of UFC fighters have what they call cauliflower ear? It's because we are taught to hit them in the ear. We're not taught to get in the ring and knock them out every time. It's not our objective. Our objective is to get them on the ground and have our way with them. That's our objective. That's what they teach us. So if you hit somebody in the ear, it's behind the ear, like right down in that soft spot of the ear. But obviously, because your ear is there, you can't get to that spot. So you have to hit the ear, and if you hit it hard enough, you hit that spot. That knocks your equilibrium off. Basically, you're drunk. You're not knocked out, but it's like you're drunk. You can't gain your composure. So what we look for is when we do that, there's certain signs that, like limp legs and stuff, to teach us that we knocked our equilibrium off just good enough. So when you see somebody, if you hit them and they get all looking drunk, that's when you know to pounce on them and attack, and that's where the knockouts come from. So I know watching the fight last night, it sure enough looked like Tyson Fury hitting Deontay Wilder in the back of the head, which there was a couple times he was hitting him in the back of the head because Wilder was coming down and he was already in swing. So just so you know, a little lesson, a little bit of knowledge from DB. That's what we're taught. You got just to knock the equilibrium off. Once they look like they're drunk, then we can pretty much do whatever we want. But also, you have a jaw right down in here. So if you miss the equilibrium, there's always a chance to hit the jaw, which is a knockout place. This is a jaw part that's a knockout place. Of course, you got the temple, which is right around here too. So if you happen to miss here, you can get them in the temple. So there's many reasons why they keep making you want to swing in that area. So a little knowledge, a little help. Doesn't matter. My man won, Tyson Fury. I don't know what it is with me and Irishmen. I am part Irish. My mother's maiden name is Kelly, Kelley. So Irish people just like to fight, man. It's in our blood. It's just what we like to do. So anyway, pass some knowledge on to y'all. So thank y'all for spending some time with me. I'm waiting on a package tomorrow. So tomorrow I will unveil some things that I've gotten this week. I've gotten some pretty good things this week. A swap and one more purchase from a Happy Land Studios. I like it. I can't wait to smell it. And my boy BroSense had sent me something, so I'll go all over that tomorrow. So thank you guys for spending some time with me. It's DB, and I just took you behind the nonsense. Go Fury.